Howdy, howdy. What's up, Mr. Grunberg, out in balmy Colorado?
Where it is freezing.
Yeah. Well, it was happy Christmas Eve,
Yep.
you know. How fitting. Christmas is going to fall on Sunday, right? The reason for the season, right? Forget all the gifts and all the other stuff. The reason for the season is and it falls on a Sunday. So, hey, we can be thankful at that. What do you think?
I think all the Chick-fil-A employees are happy. They don't
That's yeah. You know what? I didn't think about that. Yeah, absolutely. They're off on the Sundays, and now they've got. Well, I think they probably would. No, they would. Maybe they wouldn't be happy. Think of it this way: they were already going to be off. If Christmas had fell on another day, they would have gotten a day off. So now they kind of feel screwed a day because they were already off on Sundays. So again, maybe we have to look at it that way. They're actually they're upset. So all the Chick-fil-A folks out there are upset.
Well, here's the deal. We don't know though if Chick-fil-A actually pays their employees on Christmas. So here it could be they could be upset or they could be very happy because maybe they get the day off and they get paid. When normally they wouldn't get paid on their day off on
You
Sunday.
think that
So
knowing how religious based Chick-fil-A is that they would not pay people on Christmas?
we
Really?
we got to find out. We need a Chick-fil-A worker.
Got find check. Hey, I tell you, I one time I went through the process. I submitted everything to be a Chick-fil-A owner or franchisee until I got to the point where it realized, did you know? Hey, morning, Ross.
Hey,
Merry
what's up, Ross?
Christmas. Did you? Hey, anybody that comes in, we're just doing our. We're not going to say annual because every year that we did Electrician Live, we kind of did a Halloween special, we did a Christmas special. So
Yeah.
I've got to try to talk Jay into doing something next year. We got this new format, it makes it a little easier to do it. Maybe we can talk him into doing an open topic show, maybe once a week somewhere in there. I don't know, not set. We'll see. But I went through the process of trying to get a franchise, only to realize that they don't let you do anything else. You can only work for them. You have to put in 6 days a week for them. You don't ever own anything. They build everything, and all you do is you'll get a percentage of sales. So if your store did $2 million in sales, the average Chick-fil-A does, then you'll make maybe about 100,000 a year, right? I'm like, nah, not the amount of hours they expect you to work for that. So yeah, so I quit the process, but I made it to like the fourth process years ago because it is a good deal, $10,000 deposit, and then they'll build you a. But whoa, too much work.
Well, you can even put in there because when Xavier, my son, was working his first job at 15 and a half at Freddy's, I kind of did some research because this was a brand new Freddy's steak burger place. So kind of, like a Chick-fil-A, that it's a restaurant, fast paced. And I did exactly what you said. I said, businesses under 10 or 10 grand or under. And most of them are restaurants, like you said.
Right.
And most of them, you have to, you have to really be in that industry if you want to invest that 10,000 and
10,000 isn't the 10,000 part is cheap. It's like you pay $1.5 million. Hey, mornings, Merry Christmas, Schwartzy.
Schwartz. Hey,
McDonald's, you pay 1.2, 1.5, $2 million, but you're getting some skin in the game. You're building the facility. You have something you could pass on or sell tangible. With the Chick-fil-A, you don't. That's why they call their people operators, owner operators. They don't own anything. You can't sell anything. Your only investment you have is that 10 grand, and they build it. They own the land. They own everything. So you never really get anything more than the percentage. And
gotcha.
I guess that's great if you're, but God, the more I looked at it, I was like, that's a lot of work. I'm like, nah.
I feel like that would be a step for someone who's been in the restaurant game for a while and who maybe has worked their way up on the Chick-fil-A or on the McDonald's, maybe more towards a 10,000. So maybe like a Chick-fil-A, Freddy's, whatever it is, work their way up the chain where now it's like, okay, either you stay here or you take that leap of faith and you go up and you got to grind from the ground up, like you said. So, but like you said, looking at us, who I may have 10,000 to invest, that wouldn't be a smart move for me because I have no passion or love for the industry when it comes to the restaurant business, other than just going there and getting food real quick and fast.
Yeah, I mean, the dealing with the customers would be, yeah, no. Although, you know, I will say, all the fast food chains, Chick-fil-A is my favorite. I mean, I love when they always come out. I mean, so out there to Chick-fil-A, at least your process I like, because they come out and they say, you know, happy holidays, God bless you. Yeah, they're very, you know, so if you go to work there and you're not very people oriented, probably not the best job for you, because they routine. Did you see the recent poll where McDonald's was like lowest? The quality, everything is just dropped, and I believe that because the last McDonald's we went through, it was just awful. It's like they just threw the crap together. They didn't care. I mean, at least take a little pride in it, even if you're making a hamburger. I mean, come on. But Chick-fil-A, I guess because very limited menu, and it's always just great. I mean, every time I get something from Chick-fil-A, and we probably eat there twice a week at least. I love it. I love it. So hey, so tell me, tell everybody about your new additions to the family.
Oh, yeah. So we just recently lost a cat. We'll get to the addition. I'll tell you the subtraction first. So we recently lost Heathen, our cat that
know that name of that Heathen.
Heathen, yeah.
Of course, you have Zombie the dog, Heathen the cat. You know,
yes.
So
Heathen, we've had for 17 years. So she was older than Xavier, which is our oldest kid.
So that's the other tough part for a kid, right? So they grew up with it. So that's the animal that's been there their entire life. That one makes it tougher.
That was tough because that night that she was because we were gonna have we went and got her looked at that day because she really wasn't feeling good. The vet said, okay, you got to schedule something for her, you know, whether you're gonna put her down or have in-house care and put her down. So we're like, okay, well, we'll visit the night with her. Let's take her back home, just love on her, whatever, you know, feed her a bunch of whipped cream, whatever she'd eat, because she wasn't eating at this time, and she didn't eat much after. But then it came around 10 or 11 at night, and Jalissa just kept looking at her, and she could barely get up. We were like, because the following day, we are going to have those people come in house at 10 o'clock. So that was still 12 hours away, and she was suffering, and she couldn't make it to the bath, all this stuff. So we brought her in. Well, then my son went with us, and he's the one who wrapped her in his arms while they gave her the 2 shots. You know, the first shot is to comfort.
Yeah.
Well, it's to comfort them. It's just it's like a big Tylenol pill. It just makes them relax. All that pain. And then the second one stops the heart. Well, he was holding her on both, and you could tell he never done this before because he's like, is that the first shot or the second one? You know, she's like, no, it's the first one.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you finish the story, but I'm going to tell you that says loads about your son, because a couple of things that I regret is when we just had our dog, before we got the 2 mountain fights we have now, other dog we had to put to sleep. I couldn't do it. And you know what they say, that people say, you know, as much as we love the animals, be there because you're the last thing they see.
Sure.
And I just couldn't do it. I had to leave. Darlene held him, as you know, to just put him to sleep. And I regret it to this day. I should have been there, but I just, you know, I was just wussed out. I just couldn't do it. But anyway, but the fact that he wanted to do that and hold, and you know, that's what you know, we can have problems with the younger generation, which I call Gen S for Gen Stupid. The younger generation, though, that says volumes for your son. That's for sure. Regardless of, you know, the ups and downs that we have with kids, that says volumes for them. You know, silently, as a dad, you're like, dude, this kid's gonna be okay, because that says volumes. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish this, because we haven't gotten to the addition yet.
Well, so we went through that process, and then obviously now we, you know, this was about I forget which one, about a month ago or so. So we've started kind of getting the ashes. We ordered the urn. Had a previous cat who was with us too, so we have 2 urns up now. Our fish just passed away this morning, but anyway, done with fish. No more fish. We added a little French bulldog. A little black Frenchie. She's just the cutest little thing. Her name is Miss Piggies, and we got her.
At least you didn't go like least you didn't go like Heathen 2 or something like that, or the Wrath of Zombie or whatever, because
It's funny you say that though, because Miss Piggy's is the name that she had from when she was born. They named her, so it's Miss Piggy Heathen Grunberg, because she is a little heathen too. Because she's so young. We haven't had a little one since Zombie 6 years ago, so we had to go through the whole process all over again of getting little toys, making sure she's not chewing stuff, having a little litter box or puppy box, whatever it is, and but she right now is sleeping, and she's the new addition, so we're happy to have her.
That is cool. So yeah, we got mountain feist, but we were looking at getting a little Frenchie, but ended up with the feists, and so these are our second and third feist, and they're a pistol, but they're a lot of joy. I enjoy them.
Dogs are fun. I think with the new one, Eliana and Miss Piggy will be best buds, because
I saw the picture with social media with
yeah,
laying on her. Yeah, so she'll grow up with that pup and that type of thing too. So zombie's still a little standoffish.
Yeah, he's been standoffish. First day he growled at her, showed her teeth, and
Little
kind of
grumpy.
made her turn on her back, which she did, and she surrendered, and then the day after, because we play with them, and once she starts getting on his face and his ears, we kind of push her away, and so we're taking caution. The next day though, he just growled, and that was it. And then yesterday he didn't do any growling. He just kind of, if she would, because when we play with him and her, if I throw his toy, he goes jetting. Well, when he takes off running, she goes after him.
Right.
And so instantly he turns around, and there she is. He's like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I get mad? Do I grab my toy? Do I walk away? So he's
right.
All these mixed emotions, but we've been really loving on him and loving on her as well, and trying to get him to, have an interaction.
It'll take time. The next thing you know, it'll be just like that, and they'll start chasing each other or whatever, and zombie will run around, roll over, flat. I mean, they'll be all over each other.
He's a grumpy old man.
Yep.
He don't want to give his love away.
Contracting, have you still having issues getting supplies in your area in Colorado? Still, I see you got a bunch of panels on the shelf behind you, so it looks like you did what good contractor does, just determine what you use the most and tried to stock up a lot.
Yeah, these bad boys, 2-pole 50
Oh,
GFCIs.
you were having trouble getting them. What did you get some ordered to get a bunch of them?
Yeah, we got 10 of them in, and I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've used like 2 of them so far. But again, they're always needed, especially with the EV chargers. If you're plug style, Here's the deal: and to get back, kind of getting off topic, but so the supply and demand has been up or down. I've used all my resources. Believe it or not, here's a good one for you, and maybe your brother would test to this too. Is we're doing a addition on an existing home, which their existing panel is 200 amps, typical for underground feed. It's a 200 amp service. Well, they did a huge addition, and my idea, or what we went through with, was a new 400 amp service or 320 amp, whatever they call it. We call it 400 because it's a meter with a bypass lever, and on the left side, and then on the right side, it bus bars over to 200 amp breakers.
All right.
So some people would add the 2 up, say 400. Really, technically, I think it's rated at 320. That meter is. But anyways, we need to set that, refeed the existing service, separate all those neutrals now, because that now is a remote distribution, and then do the other 200 in the addition. Mm-hmm. Well, to answer your question about the supply and demand, I hit up every freaking supplier for this thing, for this piece of gear, and every one of them were at least 6 months out.
Wow.
So, okay, except for one, QED, which he said I'm about X amount of time out. He goes, oh no. In another responding email, he goes, oh, I do have one in stock. So I was like, oh, give it to me, and it ended up being $2,500. Well, cost plus, I could get it for 12 with with taxes, probably 1,500. So I'd save $1,000, but I'm not going to get it for 9 months. And then their other option was only 2 months out, but it was 3,500. So now you're 1,500, 35, 15 low, 35 high, and this guy has it right now for 25. So I went ahead and just called him up, paid for it with my card, didn't even mess around, and it will be here Tuesday next week. So
cool. Yeah. I tell you, it's been tough. A lot of people call and people are contacting us at Encore. They're trying to buy direct. They're like, hey, if I buy so many thousands of feet, will you sell us wire? And of course I'm not really into sales. So I end up telling them though, I'm like, no, we don't sell direct to anybody.
right.
You could be Elon Musk and contact us for 50 million feet of something and we wouldn't sell it to him. I don't know. He's got a little swag, but we wouldn't. Generally, we would point you to our rep. We're still going to sell you the wire, but we're going to sell it to the rep because our loyalty to the reps. So they're going to make their percentage. They're going to make their money. We cannot. What do you say? We won't undercut our reps. That type of scenario, that type of thing. So everybody makes something on the process. So
Makes sense.
Yep. So, but other than that, I mean, we won't. We've had people again reach out and want to, do that and buy direct. I'm like, yeah, sorry, I know the prices is what it is, and supply and demand, and thinking you can come right to the owner. I mean, right to the manufacturer is going to cut you a break, but not really so much.
You can kind of do that with maybe small businesses, up and coming businesses, ones that have only been in the game for a few years. And the reason why I say that is because I go through Sunco Lighting. I go directly through Sunco Lighting for my lighting, for all my wafer lights, my 5-6 inch closet lights, disc lights, whatever we call them. So you are able to go through some manufacturers directly, but like an Encore, no way, man. There's you can't even get close. Mike Schwartzy says 3 to 6 months on everything we order. Now, that is true, Mike. And the thing about the 3 months is a lot of that thing in 3 months, those orders that come into those supply houses in 3 months from now, all that equipment is already is already taken. Someone's already got it pretty much. They've
already it's already filling orders that people are waiting. So I'm assuming Swartzy and them already put in their orders, and maybe theirs will be theirs when it comes 3 to 6 months. It's crazy though.
It's crazy, man. Crazy.
What has changed? I mean, I know that like I told you earlier, I saw something in the news that COVID was resurging in China or wherever. It was just, I'm like, okay, well, that's where it started anyway, right? That's why it's called the, Chinese virus. So does that mean that now it's going to come over here and surge and everybody's going to freak out again and we're going to have another shutdown? Our economy is not going to take we can't deal with another shutdown. So it's already, look at inflation and look at it. And of course we're given, all kinds of plans, stimulus bills. And I don't know how we're going to pay for it. I want to pay for it, but does that mean no new taxes to those that make under 400,000? Well, we know that's not true. Because did you see the new thing that started in January, Jay, where the Vimo and the PayPal and where you $600 plus now have to be reported? Everybody that voted for that garbage now, even those that have yard sales, even those that just do the little quick things on their phone, they're going to get these 1099s in the mail now, and they're going to have to file them, and that is taxing you whether you think you're getting a tax or not. So that sucks. I mean, it didn't
really sucks
because we get our 1099s from our PayPals and our Squares and all that stuff for all of our courses and all, but that person that's used to doing the little quick sell or transfer or something to somebody, or it adds up. Once they hit that $600, they're going to have to start filing that stuff and all that stuff. So cash is going to become king again. Pay with cash. You don't have to worry about it.
Cash is king, man. 10% on all service upgrades over here if you pay cash.
Mm-hmm. Give you a deal. I used to think that you couldn't do that. I mean, I used to think when business said is if I gave you a discount if you don't use a credit card, that was like against the law or something. That if I give, if I say, hey, price is cheaper if you don't use credit. I don't know who told me years ago. I eventually learned that was BS, but
Yeah.
It was like, you can't do that. You can't give a discount for not using credit. If somebody wants to use credit, I'm like, well, if they want to use credit, then they pay the higher price. If they want to do cash, I give them 10% off or 3% off or 5%, whatever it is. In
A
order
lot
to
of the
do
credit cards, we charge 3% more. So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to pay higher with credit because I got to pay the transaction or whatever it is, you know, whether it's through the Square reader, because I lose 3% through Square. So and in the beginning, starting my business, I used to take that hit, Paul, for years and years and years, because again, kind of like your brother, you know, I'm kind of doing them a solid. Remember how we would say your brother, I believe it was Chip, right? He would, or Todd, sorry, excuse me. Todd would go, hey, I'm going to go back here and go knock this out for this person with no money. With no transaction being involved. I'm just going to do them a solid, as we call it. Well, and that's okay. I've done people many a solids, Todd. So no disrespect there by any means, but it's kind of like that, right? We were taking that 3% hit on all those transactions. So now I'm $3,000. I'm taking a 300. No, that wouldn't be right. It'd be 10%. Anyways, whatever the money is, $30, whatever. I'm taking a certain percentage hit on this, and after a year, you do that in 1 year. Thousands and thousands of dollars rack up.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you know, and there isn't any reason why you as a, you know, if you're still doing a service, why it's, you know, why you should take that hit, that type of thing. Another topic that came up the other day at work that I got to talking about was that when somebody wanted me to come out and do something for them, some electrical, something like that, right? And as a friend, that's, you know, okay, you know, you help me, I'll help you, you know, my friend.
Right.
But you have people, for example, that'll come to you in neighborhoods or other places. When I had the business, and they would ask me to come, hey, can you come and add a receptacle in my garage or do something like that? And then when you go do it, they expect a discount or expect it to be free or expect, they you know, it's almost like when you hit them with the price and then they go, what? And I'm sitting there going, dude, it's your friend, it's your people. You should be wanting to pay that person more than you would pay just some others. Instead of looking for a deal, pay
Right.
more because you're supporting them
small
and their
business.
business.
Yep.
Stop looking for the handout, you know, that type of thing. So,
and usually if you're direct contacting someone like yourself or you know, your people at work or family members, a lot of times that business that individual is running, kind of like how I run a business here, is a small business, you know. You wouldn't be talking to me if I was a Sturgeon Electric or I owned one of these big Wayne's Electric or Mr. Sparky. You know what I mean? You just,
I could be in Colorado, live right down the road from you, be good friends, right?
Yep.
Even though we're good friends, and I said I didn't feel like doing it. I'm like, okay, let's say I'm not an electrician, and I say, hey Jay, I need a receptacle added for TV. I want to put in. I want to raise it up high. Could you come over and do that for me?
Yeah.
I would never expect a discount. I would never. It's just not me. I'd want to pay you what your rate is or even more, because I want to show you, one, that I'm your friend, and two, that I support your business. So I never understood that, why everybody wants I mean, I understand it, but I mean, I don't know. It's not the way I work. If I have somebody come, like for instance, in the new house, I'm going to have a guy that I know is going to come and put the garage door openers in. I can put them in. I don't want to put them in.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I got 2 big garage, 1 double and 1 single. So instead of 3-car garage, it's 3-car, but it's two and a 1. He's going to come out and do it. And he's like, I'll cut you a deal. I said, no, you don't cut me a deal. Charge me what you would charge somebody else. And if I want to give you a premium on top of that to support you, I'll do that. But I'm not looking for a deal.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know everybody thinks differently, but me, I'm not looking for a deal. Now, if I don't make enough money and whatever, and I want to be frugal, then do it yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I just a different, different mentality, I guess is the way I do it. So Swartzy, 3%. I think he's talking about the
3% on everything. So it'd be $90, right? It'd be $90 that you would Or no,
Yep.
he said 30. So like that example,
Yeah,
I think it said
$30 on every
$3,000.
3%, $30 on every thousand. You do
Thank
a
you,
service
Schwartzy.
change, $3,000-$4,000 and put it on one of those, dude. You're giving away 90 to $100. Just why should you take that hit?
Well,
Right.
and most of these contracts that these guys, thank you, Schwartzy, for breaking that down. Most of these contracts that you get that these guys are paying with cards, 10,000, 11,000. You know, they pay big contracts on these 20,000, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And then all the little side jobs that you do. Well, that people call them side jobs. I don't call them side jobs. Kind of like what you were talking about. If someone down the road wants you to go put a receptacle in, all right, well then just pay with the card, easy, right? Maybe it's $100 and then the 3%, whatever it is. So then there you go. You'd be losing out on all that money.
Yeah.
Back to what you were saying though is when it comes to friends, family, I don't have much of it down here in Colorado. I don't really have much family anywhere. I have a little bit in Washington too. So my work for family members is very limited here. I do more work on my own house probably than anything. But for anybody that I know outside that are friends or families, I usually just run it through the business. You know, I usually send a technician out there, and that helps
That
that
makes
whole
it easier, right?
situation too.
That
Yeah, it
that
makes
does
it a
make it
lot
easier because you're like, dude, I had sent somebody, I got to pay that person. Whereas,
exactly.
that type. So again, that's a filter. That's a good way if you can send somebody out to do it.
Or you,
And then, are they the ones that collect the bill, the technician, the payment when it's
oh,
completed,
sure,
right?
yeah. They'll either get check, cash, or they got Square readers too, and or the individual can just call me directly if like my guy Chris says, "Hey man, I'm done. What you want me to do?" They want to pay with a Square reader. I don't have it. I'll just I'll call them. You know, hey, or get their card real quick, and I'll put it in my phone because I have the Square reader internally in my phone. You know,
And it
as the
takes
app. So
and it costs more to manually do it than it swipe, doesn't it? Because the swiping you get a little better rate than the manual, if I remember.
that I don't know.
Yeah, because that's physics, because they taking more of a risk by you manually putting it in fraud wise than having somebody there with a card to swipe or
Hmm,
that type of thing. So I think it's a little bit of a different rate. Maybe it's changed because I
yeah,
don't. I use Square. I have people that purchase our courses online know that we still use Square and we use
Square's good.
PayPal. I
Yeah,
like
PayPal's good.
Square. I like Square. The
Yeah, they
rates are
give you your
exactly the same.
reports.
Huh?
They give you a report, a breakdown, you know, because
Mhm.
like let's say I do a few jobs, it will say, hey, wired up, you're going to be receiving, you know, 3 grand on
Yep.
this date, and it will show me all the transactions, you know,
Yep.
and it'll kind of even tell me, okay, you Square all this year. January was really high, February was low. It'll even kind of give you like a
Yep.
diagram of
Okay.
a chart on how much you're using it. We obviously do a lot of direct deposit and a lot of
Mhm.
GC work. The more time I use Square is if I'm doing service calls. So like next week, I'm off next week for the most part. If Wednesday or Thursday a service call comes up and I want to go do it, and I don't know the individual, it's a little easier for me. Again, like I said, I don't really do work for the friends and stuff. I kind of keep that on the business side. I'll go out and work for someone that I don't know under a service contract and do the work, complete it, and
Right.
get the payment. And that's one good thing about the service side is once you complete it, you get that payment instantly. That's instant cash flow coming in. You know what I mean? So if I drive to your house, install a receptacle, replace one, switch, whatever it is, a service call, maybe I charge you $150. I had the switch on stock, maybe $2. Gas, maybe $10. So there, I got about $15 wrapped up in 150. So I profit $135. You know, and that usually takes about an hour to get
Right.
there, swap it out, maybe not. So that's why I like the service. I like the service industry because of
Yeah.
that quick pace.
Yeah. Um,
Just not into it a lot. Don't do a lot of it.
Ross, how cold is it our way? Well, today it is 30 right now in Texas, northern Texas. Yesterday or day before yesterday was down to 9.
Mm,
So cold.
yeah,
30 is cold. Texas, I'm ready to get back up. We always do that during the summer. We're like it is 105 degrees and we're like, God, I can't wait until the winter comes. And then we get winter and we go, God, I can't wait until the summer comes. But that's probably the same everywhere.
yeah. You
Where does
gotta
it?
have something to complain
What's the
about.
temperature? Did you say it was in Colorado where you're at?
It's 42 right now.
See, look, it's colder in northern Texas than it is in Colorado. Okay.
Yeah. The other night though, what was it? Wednesday night, it snowed and we were like -9.
Mm.
And so we had every faucet drip in, and
Yeah, that's
one
too
of my contractor buddies was supposed to start a job, and he said a pipe busted out in his barn, and it sprayed all over his chickens. And he went out there; they were as stiff as a
Well, that's you saved
frozen chicken.
saved the processing step there from slaughtering to freezing. They're just already froze. So
Yeah, there you go. You can just it's a good way to look at it.
did you see? Have you seen the cost of eggs?
And pretty high.
My wife went to buy a dozen eggs, and it was like, or whatever it was, it's like $8 or $9. And I was like, dude, I don't need to be eating no eggs. Imagine what organic eggs would cost. I mean, like, where's the shortage? I mean, do we all of a sudden the chickens stop laying or something? I don't understand why that's even got to go up.
Well, here in Colorado, they didn't stop laying; they got frozen. So
that's right. That's right. Look, Nimia, sorry, says that we're dealing with global cooling. Yeah, I know. The big thing was global warming. Global warming. Well, guess what? We're now dealing with global cooling. Well, they'll never be happy. I mean, got to remember, this world is billions of years old. Okay, we've only inhabited it for a certain amount of time, right? And we're the ones that are supposedly destroying it in this short amount of time. There's been a freaking thing that killed out the dinosaurs. All that went into the atmosphere. We got all this, but just in the short time that we occupy this planet, we're destroying the planet. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I think this planet is well more resourceful to recycle itself and take care of itself long before we all go. But anyway, whatever's the flavor of the month for everybody with their hand out, I guess we'll keep it about as political as that. Let's see here.
One thing I don't like about the cold though is when it does, or the snow, is when after they've laid down the salt here in Colorado, after all the tire treads have kind of packed it down or spread it out, it then just collects that nasty dirt and it turns from white to brown, and it gets on your vehicles and your mirrors.
In my area, it's yellow snow. I'm just saying. I may or may not contribute to that. No, we don't get snow here, so it's just. But
you can have some of the stuff we got, man. But it's kind of getting from that nice, cool, like Thursday morning it looked pretty, everything was snowy. But now that it's been 2 days, it's just nasty, man. It's
nasty.
Yeah.
Look, Ross says it's 22 degrees in South Carolina. Yeah, you would think it'd be warmer down there. It's southern down there. But that cold whipping through, that cold front got down to 12. Like I said, we got down to like 6 or 7 the other night in Texas. That's
cold,
just crazy.
You see the jacket I got on? That's
that Milwaukee heated one, right?
That's the Milwaukee one. I got it on.
Hey, does that thing got the batteries in it? Does that weigh that down? Does the batteries tug it down?
The battery's right here. You can see it. Does
it pull that jacket down in the front, or is it very
not really? No, the spot they make it to where you can have it laying in there. It's kind of designed for it to just sit in there. Now, when I go from this battery to the 3-amp one that I have charging, that will weigh it down. It looks like you got like a little small pistol in there because it has that foot on it. You
would think with the technology, Schwartzy says it's 15 degrees in Connecticut. That's probably y'all's normal, isn't it? In Schwartzy,
yeah, that's cold, Schwartzy. But if you get this one in there, it will fit in there. Obviously, this one, as you can see.
So how come they haven't come up with? How come they haven't come up with a rechargeable flexi battery that is about this thin, right? But it's made up and it kind of goes, or it kind of maybe build it in the material so that it's just flexible cell. Yeah, dude, somebody's gonna patent this, and here I talked about it, right? And they probably already have it.
What are you gonna do? Lay your jacket in the charger room for your phones and stuff? All of a sudden, you got your phone, your tablet, your
jacket at night. You just plug it in and charge your jacket up. I'm telling you.
I guess you're right. I mean,
flexible battery. Weave it in the actual. Put it in between the layers in your jacket. I'm just saying somebody can do it. All right.
That's right. Ain't gonna be me though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the way the lithiums blow up, I don't know if I want it on my body once it starts blowing up. You see those stories about all those EV cars popping off, and people are like, "Oh, but gas cars can do that too." And I'm like, I don't know. I don't read a lot of stories of a combustible engine just sitting in a garage all of a sudden blowing up, but read the stories about the EV ones doing that. What is that, Phil? He says, yeah, what all these idiots voted for. Phil, don't even get me started, brother. I tell you what, if anybody out there thinks that we are better off now than we were 2 years ago, it doesn't matter who you voted for. If you think we're better off now,
yeah,
something's wrong.
It
doesn't matter who you are, what you vote for. If you literally think you're bad, not the people that are sitting cushy that are still making. I mean, I have to admit, Jay, I'm not going to be hurting like most people. You own your own business. Things will fluctuate, hurt you. I'm still getting my salary, right?
Yeah.
Encore didn't have a blip. We set record totals. So I'm not hurting. So I'm saying all those people out there that are, hurting.
Shoot.
Be careful. Really, did you see what you voted for? Doesn't matter who you vote for next time. Don't vote for just vote the party line. Vote for what you think is going to make your life better. That's all I can say about that. Because right now, if you think things are better in this world, we got threats from North Korea. We got this war in Ukraine that we seem to be funding. Again, I support the effort, but again, that's a lot of money. And then we're writing money for Pelosi walkway, nature walk. And read what's in these things. How are we going to pay this back? We got taxes, the VMO bill that came through. You're going to be reporting everything you make from PayPal, Vimo, even if you go out and do yard sales.
What is it, Zelly, or is it whatever it is?
Yeah,
there's just so many apps now that they do transactions on that it's crazy. It's crazy. But Philip, I seen your profile picture. Looks like you're a Bills fan. They're actually playing right now, Saturday games, and they are down 0-7 to the Chicago Bears. So
the Bears.
I didn't even realize that. Man, a lot of football on today, Saturday games.
I'll watch football.
With the holidays and stuff. I know we're going to be heading out to my brother-in-law's.
Oh, guess what I got? Hold
on. And do that. But
hold on.
Yeah, your Bills are down, and I think my Seahawks are tied with the Chiefs 0-0. Wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs jump on the Seahawks early. Oh, yeah, baby.
How many people that are going to drop off my stream now? Watch.
For the Trump, eh?
Because my Trump flag.
Trump.
I really wanted to say Trump DeSantis 2024, but we'll see what happens. He looks like he's going to run himself anyway. He's going to say, and then him and Trump will start bassing each other during the thing, and it'll get nasty. Always gets nasty. Hey, so have you had a chance to look at the website, the new website? So many people are emailing me questions thinking when they signed up for it, they're like, I don't see my content. I'm like, there is no content. There's no courses over there now. The Cengage thing is never going to change, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
That part's not going to change. New courses we add will be new courses we add and everything like that. Have you had a chance to see our app?
No, let's take a look at it. I did myself.
Yeah, check that out. Check that Smamma Jamma out. It's a whole new app, and check us out. You can get access now to. There you go. Your login to your Cengage right there.
Oh, nice.
So our course material right there on your phone, instant. Dude, did the Fast Trax 2? Check it out. Look at that, right on your phone through the app. Is that sweet or what? All new app, folks, coming out. You can get it now. It's available. You can download it now and play with it.
Yeah, download it.
But it's all a bunch of good stuff coming. So we're excited about that. But yeah, I did a little preview yesterday about it, but I didn't see you because you weren't at our Wednesday night prep because he's too good for us at Wednesday anymore. So
Not true. Just a lot
yeah.
going on around here.
4 hour. Although haven't checked to see whether or not your clock is up on your CMECP. I don't know.
No, we're not up. It's January 8th, and I have all next week off. So I have about 275 questions. So I'm a quarter done with my first 100 exam, and then rolling to the next two.
You're getting to the end there. So.
That's right, Ross. Go Seahawks, baby. Being in South Carolina, I guess we get around. So woo-hoo. Let's go. I noticed no one said anything about my Iron Man Nuggets hat. My wife got this for me for Christmas, man. No, that's a Marvel's.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Nugget hat, bro.
And the Seahawks are down 0-6. So before we go into the to what you're about to show them on the website is my son actually and my best friend Chris, we're all going to go to a Nuggets game next month in January 17th. Portland Trailblazers will come here to Denver and we go watch them 7:00 night game. So my son pitched in about $100 for his ticket. And with parking and everything, it came, $450-ish for 3 tickets in the parking. Well, we're only 16 rows up from the court on the home side behind the Nuggets. So that should be a good one. And I think I'm going to bring Iron Man with me. So go Nuggies.
Go Nuggets. Wow.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Sorry, Paul. Go.
That's dedication to the sports, no doubt. So anyway, you haven't had a chance to look at it, have you? So it's gonna be neat. We're gonna have our own we'll have our little bookstore, library store coming soon. Okay. You've got a bunch of different links. There's the courses everybody asked about. So the fast track stuff is still here. What will be coming is new mini courses that can do certificates once you complete and all that kind of stuff. So that's coming. Any events like, there's the event button and then you have the upcoming events. So that's that webinar on January 7th.
Yes.
And then of course you got our blogs are all going to be here. And of course a mobile app, you can click here and get your mobile app. That type of thing. You download by clicking there, or if you're on a desktop and you can scan the QR code and get it that way. One of the big things that we're doing now is right here. These are all empty right now. But once you log in, you get an account, which you go right here and register, unless you're a fast track student. And then I put a special link for you over in the Sparky Hub in the Fast Tracks forum. So that's the method you want to go, rather than just go here and register. But anyway, you click on any of these, and if you're having an issue with the green program or the red program or the 17 black or plus, you can go in here and I'll just show you. You can go in here and you can click on this one and reply to this thread, or you can log in and start a new one if you want. Say, hey, I can't log in or I'm having trouble. So this is more or less going to be our support ticket system, that type of thing. And it'll always be sitting here so other people can learn from it in case we explain how to do something and we don't have to do it over and over again. Somebody can come back and read what we did to help them, that type of thing. So just a lot of new logos, kind of that type of thing. You were asking about this one, Become a Teacher. So this is where we're going to be, we're going to have instructors come in and these little mini courses that we create. We're going to create the criteria for people to create their own courses, and they can submit them, and then you'll get paid for them. It'll be your course. I mean, anybody buys it, you're the one's going to make the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what we'll do is we'll set up the criteria so people will know how to create it, what's expected, the format. We will upload it. We will put it in for you, and that type of thing. There'll be a fee for us to do that, very small amount. But then every processing after that, will be the ability for you to have a process. It's your course. You sell your course all through our portal, that type of thing. So that's going to be pretty cool. So
that's going to be really cool.
Yep. So that's just some other things we got going on.
I'll be interested in that one because
yeah, I
almost
mean, you
kind of
could
like a
do a course
CCTV.
on bidding, a course on estimating, a course on whatever, and that type of thing, and it all could be up in there like that. Now, the system people ask about this is just for purchase, right? That's this is just people that want to buy the courses. So a lot of people have been asking, how does this change their fast tracks program? Nothing changes. You're still going to go to do normal Cengage login with their credentials that we give you, and you do the same thing as normal. Only thing that might change is we might put it so that you, instead of going there, you can go to our website and then click and get in, just so you have, but it's really no different whether you go there or here. Kind of the same way we're doing on the app. You can log into your system through our app, that type of thing. But yeah, we're going to be going away from the formats that we currently use now, which we use Wix. We're going to be getting rid of that. The app is going to do so much more.
Yeah.
And also the video system now, right? You saw that. Have you had it? You are set up. I don't know if you knew that. You are set up over on the Fast Tracks Tube with your own login. And
Yes.
I don't think you ever went back to it after you
I
did it.
haven't really been again just this last couple weeks with work and busyness and just
Oh, yeah.
because of the holidays, but oh yeah, I did look at this one, man.
Yeah, so this is all kinds of, and you're logged in. This is
Oh
where you
yeah.
log in. Here's some neat stuff. Check this out. Change the color of your
Oh, cool.
background. Check this out. If you're watching a video, I'm going to show you this. That you're in a room where it's really everything is so bright. Then see this little light, turn the light out feature?
Yeah.
Check this out. Darkens everything around just so the video stands out.
Nice.
Isn't that pretty neat? And you can still give thumbs up, thumbs down if that's what your flavor is. Subscribe, rate a video. Again, check us out. Article 100, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, all of them are now available up here.
Oh, I remember this. Yes.
Yeah. They're all still
That's on
up
the
there.
2020, huh?
Yep, 2020. You can load more. The commentary series is up here. Once you get in a login account, all these little extra features like your bookmarks and your playlists and all this, like you get at YouTube, that'll all be available to you. Right? Saved videos, whatever. But one neat thing we're going to do, Jay, is see these commentaries, this video series. For example, in this series right here, this is the 2020 analysis. See how they're all stacked in here?
That's really nice.
So we're going to have the video series, as most people know, we're going to be doing the 2023 Fast Tracks video series. And in here is where, if you're a Fast Track student and you get the video series, you're going to be able to log in here and you'll be able to watch the entire series in here. And it's going to be in a way that you don't even need the Fast Tracks program to do it. It'll be all video directed by video. Okay. This is neat. You can see trending videos. So it kind of pulls up the ones that are getting the most views and all this stuff. So really haven't totally launched it yet, but it's very, I think it's cooler looking than YouTube personally.
Yeah, I think the design of it is really nice.
Yeah, and you can do a bunch of different features like watch later, notifications, do all kinds. Again, change it to the white. We're going to have features here where you can do a bunch of different stuff, and you go back home here, and it always has the most recent video up front. You can, preview. It just kind of gives you a quick preview of the video, but you won't hear anything because it's just a preview. If you want to watch it, you click here, and you scroll down. You got all this, and it works dynamically, right? It works dynamically on your phone, any device. It works fine. In fact, like I said, it even adapts through our mobile app now. So that's why we can get rid of the way we do it through Wix in the video system and all that, because now we've created our own little ecosystem. You remember? I mean, you remember how much I hate social media? So we started the Sparky Hub. That eventually will migrate over on the new system.
Yeah.
We didn't like all that. Don't like YouTube. Again, I'm not about the monetary clicks. I still will keep it because it allows for the easy streaming process. But we want to be sure to get all of our content, especially all the stuff we have planned for 2023. As you know,
Yes.
hundreds of videos. I need them to be in my own delivery system. So that's what the Fast Trax hub is all about. So see the theme here, Fast Track system, Fast Track tube, everything is going to be on our own servers and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, at the end of the day, I think that's the way to go. We've chatted about this several times, and again, as you continue to grow in business, you tend to then find the pros and cons with using other people's systems like Wix or YouTube, and they're out there to promote people, and like you said, to promote your, hey, we got this going, like promotions, right? But then when you bring it in house, what's nice is you have total control of that, which is so cool, because with the 2023 coming out, a lot of people are going to be confused, including myself. So those little videos that you're going to be doing in-house, we can get access to them, whether it's paying or part of the subscription, and be able to go back and see them over and over, instead of clicking on YouTube and trying to find that one link or one episode. Now it's all in-house. So that's
Wesley
cool.
Jesus is in the house Wednesday night, one of our Wednesday night members there. And good morning. He's in Idaho. And he's asking when Unit 11. Me and Jay were, we were talking about that. That thing was 4 hours long. And by the time we got to the end, it's just a lot of info. So for those that were there live, you got a lot out of it. But we're going to be redoing I'm doing the video. And like I said in the board, I'm going to be doing videos for every unit, because that's part of the mission for the next year. So, but I committed to do Unit 11 before next week. So there's a high probability that I will be taking care of that over the next couple of days. And that will be made available to all of you. And it's going to be me going over each one, giving answers. Obviously, anybody that's in our Fast Tracks, Jay, you've been through it. You're going through the MECP. Our Fast Track system is not easy. The more I got to thinking about it, Unit 11 is a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the concepts for multifamily dwellings that you never see, because when we throw out to you to do something on a standard method, who's going to use a standard calculation method to do a multifamily building? Nobody. Now you got to do it for the neutral. And I think the other night, Jesus, we were doing it 4 hours into that. Right at the end, we got to talking about that, and I believe I misdirected folks in the meeting, and I said that you get to choose between the optional and the standard for the neutral, and that's not true. You if you're going to go do the neutral, you have to stay in the standard.
Sure.
So for the ranges, it was, I think, was 4 kW, but you have to use 5. You do 5 times, I don't know how many it was, like 6. But then you get to apply the demand factors for ranges, which dropped it down, I believe, 75% or whatever. And then you take 70% of that for the neutral. And I don't know that I conveyed that very well. So, but it was 4 hours into it, and I was like, ugh. So I want to redo it and make sure that, because there's those little things that we always talk about, that I want to make sure that I cover in the video. Another big difference, though, is the unit reviews will always be long. But they usually, I don't want them to be more than an hour and a half. And the people say, well, that's a long time. Yeah, because normally you're going to see the videos come out in 2023, Jay. We talked about this. 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. That's it. And it might be multiple parts, but that's it, because that's all people can palette, really, at a setting. But students are different. Students can sit down and watch a 2-hour thing or 3-hour thing or 1.5 hour. But I don't even think 2 hour. I watch the video when I do these Wednesday nights, and I'm keeping an eye, because it's just what I do as an instructor. I constantly, a couple times, I was teasing Jesus during the thing. I was going, Jesus, it looked like your head's going to pop off. You okay? I'm always looking at people to see whether they're or whether they're, because again, 4 hours is.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about the electrical calculations 101 training that I'm doing next month, January 7th. And that's 8 hours. There is
Yeah.
no way people can sustain 8 hours of just looking at Paul on a screen. So it's going to be a 50-10 format. 50 minutes. We're going to talk the basics of calcs for each different segment that I usually do. You get a 10-minute break. Okay. If you got questions, you can ask, but I'm going to go into the material. We're going to cover the major calculations, but I'm going to break it down. And so the best I can, it's still going to be 8 hours, but when it comes to the future videos, they're going to be shorter and be more parts, and this things like that. But so roundabout answering your question, Jesus, I don't know that I'm going to make the one from the other night available. It's just 4 freaking hours. Okay.
Hey, where's my presents at? Didn't you have presents up here? Didn't you have them on the screen, or did you get rid of those?
Huh?
It's Christmas, man. We gotta have the presents. I totally forgot that when I first signed in with you, there was presents there.
Dude, I don't,
Do we not have them anymore? What happened?
I get over that.
Oh, okay. We're over that. There we go. Yeah.
No, I'm over Christmas, bro.
So,
So didn't
so
you tell me? Didn't you tell me? Didn't you tell? Here it is. This is Christmas Eve. What did you tell me when we started? Where's the status of your Christmas tree, Jay?
it's boxed up downstairs in storage.
Mhm. Who does that? Who takes the tree down before Christmas? Now, what's the rule? You're supposed to take it down before the New Year. If I had my way, it would have never gone up. But the wife wants it, so if I had my way, I was like, a tree.
It's funny because I was doing a surround sound speaker install yesterday, where I was cutting in 4 surround sound speakers in the ceiling, and I'm sitting there listening to my music. I have it on the phone, and I've got the EDM, electronic dance music, I think it is. So it's like kind of like a Christmassy mix, hip, techno, all kinds of stuff, And the plumber comes down, and him and his daughter are there, and this music doesn't cuss; it's just more beats and kind of strange stuff. Well, he looks over at me after about a half hour listening to it, and he goes, "Man, you really are into this Christmas spirit stuff, aren't you?" And I go, "Why? What's up, man? Are you done with it or something?" He goes, "I'm just over it. I spend way too much money. The kids always want more. Everything's so expensive.
Never happy.
I gotta
Never
work." And he just starts getting like all grinchy on me, And I'm like, all right, let me switch the music up. So I switched it up for him.
Well, I won't go into our issues that people know, but mine got drunk and threatened to kill me yesterday. So not a great Christmas. So I'm just I'm ready for it to go. Right, kids.
Well, I did see
kids
pictures of the new
overrated.
office, though.
Anyway, huh?
Of the new office coming soon. I did see the uploaded pictures of it, which I told you right away. I said there needs to be electrical in there, but obviously with the holidays, they probably won't start doing electrical until the 1st or 2nd week of January.
Yeah. So that's everything's coming along great. Studios, part of it's looking good. Everything's in. Next is, I guess, tiling the floors, painting's up done. It's going along pretty good. We can't.
It looks good. That kitchen, that open kitchen concept, is awesome, man. There's gonna be Darlene's gonna be cooking some good meals on that.
Oh, wait a minute. I got buttons for that. She don't cook, bro.
Well, then
I should say she don't cook well.
You're gonna have to cook. You're gonna have to cook some pancakes on that thing. That's nice.
She is not a cook.
Oh man.
So yeah, no, it's gonna be nice. We're excited about it. If we ever get there, still got to sell this one. So I don't know. But what does it say? Jesus says Wednesday night classes are really fun. I didn't even realize it was 11 p.m. Yeah, 11 p.m. your time, 12 p.m. my time. East Coast is 1 a.m. For those folks. Yeah, so a webinar, one of the calculations we will cover in our calculation series. If anybody that's interested, seats are still available for that. You can use the coupon code 125OFF, 125OFF, to get $125 off of that. But it's over on our website underneath the members area. You'll see a little button, and underneath it, it'll say booking for the webinars, and that's where you book. Or you can go to the new website, and it's underneath that as well under the events tab. You can get there from there, and then there'll be a link there for you to sign up for those that are interested. But absolutely, that is definitely what we're going to do, is because, again, there's so many calcs and so little time. And let's think about it, Jesus. Let's think. I did 4 hours on just a multifamily. There's no way I can use that format for an 8-hour day. Otherwise, we'd only do one calculation. That's it, right? So it's going to be very rapid fire, where there's no way we can go as deep into every topic. It'd just be impossible, and it'd be a waste of your money. So we will go over all the high points of all calculations, and conduit fill is, hey, if anybody ever told you, when I say calculations 101, Jay, you went through a program, right? Did you go through apprenticeship program?
Mm-hmm.
So how many calculations, how many weeks do you think they focus on calcs? Just calcs. The whole time you're always focusing on different calcs, right?
Yeah. So like when I went through my apprenticeship, I want to say like the 3rd or 4th year, we were really focusing on calculations and really getting into the NEC code book.
We're gonna talk a lot of calcs, but again, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna cover the points that are critical. Yeah. And if you can understand how to do the pieces, that's what I'm really focusing on, the pieces. Not so much do a bunch of examples, right? I need to focus on the steps, the pieces. And then it's so that you can plug any number in and you can solve it. That's the key. And I learned that years ago with it is I like, don't do a bunch of just examples, because you're going to eat up time. And I need to show the steps, the pieces, kind of break it down so that you can know how to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
That type of thing. So, but yes, we're definitely going to do Raceway Fill. That's for sure. That's one of those things. Although I get people all the time who tell me, how many exam questions do you get on Raceway Fill to spend time on Raceway Fill? And I'm like, that's not why I do it. It's to teach you the little pieces, whether it shows up on an exam or not. I still think it's important. So the Electrical Calculations 101 webinar is not about exam prep. Okay. Nowhere on there did it say that's about exam prep. That's just about calculations. Right? That's what that is about. That series is about calcs. Now, will it help you for exam prep? Absolutely. But its focus was just to cover calcs, right? That type of thing. Transformer, the basics, primary, secondary calcs, motor, basic calcs, raceway fill, basic calcs, box fill, basic calcs,
circuitry,
Ohm's law, basic calcs. The ranges, basic calcs. Dryers, basic calcs.
Understanding the other night, the multifamily, how to size the service,
covering the steps, how you have to meet the steps for the calculation in the multifamily, all those type of things. So it's going to be something. Make sure you have your notepad. Make sure you're writing notes down. Those type of things. So it'll be good. So that's January 7th for anybody that happens to be interested in that.
Will that if someone attends that, will they have access to that after?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet whether or not it's one of those things where you're live and it's live, that type of thing. Or we're going to make it, or it's going to be, recorded and at a later. So there's a possibility that since we're doing the 50 and 10, that each segment will be recorded. It will be recorded, but then it'll be broken down into smaller pieces. So I'm not sure how that is be available yet. Haven't decided on that yet. So, but it stands to reason that people that pay the money to attend the webinar should have access to it, that type of thing. So anybody knows me knows that I'd probably lean more towards that, making sure that they have access to it because they paid for
maybe
it.
They want to revisit, calculation 3 or whatever, because maybe it's ranges or.
So it'll be in our new system. It'll be on our Fast Trax tube. And we'll be able to give certain people access and other people access. So one of the other big questions, Jay, there you go, Jesus, planning on to test again around mid-January. Okay.
There you go.
Remember, bring those questions to Wednesday night, and we'll feel whether or not, you're like me, maybe a little more time, or maybe you're ready. All depends on how you feel, that type of thing. But you've been great in the class. I'm glad you can join us each week. The other thing people asking is about, how people will say, well, do I have to have a separate login for Fast Trax Tube, separate login for the Fast Trax systems? You know how over on the website, the normal one, they're like, well, I got to have that, and then I have the Cengage login. That's like anything, anywhere. I don't know if you're like me, but I have to keep a list of all of my passwords. Check this out, folks.
Mm-hmm.
See this? This is all of my passwords for every websites and things. Look at the look. I'm still scrolling.
That's
Look
a
at it.
laundry list.
Look at it. Look at all that.
Mm-hmm.
So just because ours is that way, it is what it is. So yes, you're still going to have your Cengage. Now, here's the neat thing, Jay. You can use the same info for all three sites so that you only have, that's your choice. So when you go sign up for Fast Trax 2, use the same information that you signed up for Fast Trax system. And no problem,
There
right?
you go. Hey, can you show me that bank account one again? I didn't really get to see it.
That one? No, that wasn't on that page.
The passcode and the unlock number was it?
What do we say? There's nothing to see here.
There's nothing to see. I always tell people when they take my card and oh yeah, you got this and that, and I say, here man, take the card and you can have that bill. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. It isn't. Everything I got, most of it's run off of other people's money. Mm-hmm. I just have to pay them back with a fee. Mm-hmm. That's all.
Yeah, so I told you what happened to us, right? We got somebody started writing fraudulent checks on our company. So I had to change the business account. I had to go and everything. You got to go into the branch, right? And
of course, I
rarely ever go to the branch, and I don't write checks. We write one check, and that is to Cengage, so I don't know how else somebody got it. That's the only way they could have got it is they noticed that a bill wasn't paid and they reached out, and I'm like, I don't know, we pay our bills, and they reached out and it was, I don't know how much it was, but anyway, that check just disappeared. Well, that tells me somebody swiped the mail. So that we don't send any checks. We don't write checks. We don't do checks through the system anymore. Everything is with so we got a business credit card. And everything goes through the business credit card.
Yep.
Because we can stop that at any time. We can contest it at any time.
Yeah.
And we can turn it off at any time and all that kind of stuff. So, but I remember watching something years ago where somebody, I can't remember who it was, who recommended that you don't do business with a debit card. You do business with a business credit card because you're using somebody else's money. You use a debit card, you're using your money. If you use somebody else's money and you pay it off every month, one, you're not paying any interest. You're just using somebody else's money. And if somebody frauds you, then you're guaranteed to get your money back. Debit, you got to deal with the bank sometimes. And one thing about that is I found out that they said to me, well, it's a good thing that you noticed the fraud, because if it had gone more than 30 days without you noticing it, then you wouldn't have gotten your money back. And I'm like, whoa, that's nice to know. And the reason I didn't notice it is because they were writing checks, small amounts, $30, $50. They started getting more brazen, $100. And Darlene reviews all that, and it just looked like normal checks.
Right.
Until like the Cengage thing, and then I went and looked, and I went, wait a minute, that's not our check. That's an electronic. That's not ours.
Not ours.
And so now we have super hyper monitoring it and to see. But yeah, I mean the process of getting your bank changed and all that stuff, dude, that's a pain in the butt. It just was. But we did it. And in the process, she says, do you want a business credit card? And I never had a business credit card. I've had business debits. He said, well, they say you qualify. I'm like, well, I hope so. And I said, well, shoot, let's do it. And so they issued us one of those, and now we'll use that for everything.
Nice.
So they made it easy and painless, and it seemed like they were all for it. And then I'm like, do we pay off the bills every month anyway? So I don't let anything rolling credit or credit card rolling. I haven't needed to do. I had to do that for years. I know I used to have to need to do it, but I haven't had to do that for years. So
That's good.
So it's amazing how many people out there are waiting to screw you.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. And as a business owner, you're going to have fraud depending on how long you stay in business. Will just depend on how many incidents you have, because
Yeah.
we've had X amount already, probably a handful of them, and U.S. Bank has caught them most, 99% of the time, and has reimbursed us the money right away. But Jalissa's always on it too. She's always checking, and if she sees, that's who checks it. Like you said, you have 30 days to check it. She'll check it and see it within that first day or that next day after a transaction goes through, whether it's $50 or $100. She knows, and she'll dive into it and see where it was spent. And obviously, if it's out of state, that's when U.S. Bank goes, hey, you haven't made a transaction out of state for 3 years.
Right.
Is this you? And it's like Arkansas or something, or South Carolina, where freaking Ross is at, maybe using my card. Hey, don't be using my card, Ross. He's down there making transactions like South Carolina. It's like, no, I'm not in South Carolina.
Have you ever had them do the fraudulent check or just the debits or the credit card? Have you ever had people writing checks on your account?
I don't think they've wrote checks. That's more.
This check looked nothing like our checks. It had on there cash must be processed within 90 days, like normal business check. Ours don't have that. We don't write very many checks. So, we still have the same checks we've had for, we get them in a big block.
Yeah. Huh? When you open up the account, they give you those big old blocks, and then they give you some temporary ones too, just in case you run out or lose them.
Yeah. Once we got the checks, in fact, our checking account's still the same as it on the checks as it was before they now change names. And I'm like, do I got to get new checks? They're like, no, just keep using them until they're gone. I'm like, we just don't write checks. Everything is electronic now.
Yep. Everything for us is direct deposit too, with all our contractors or all our guys. Everything is all direct deposit usually, and even cash in the checks. There is that time that you do have to go to the bank on maybe one or the other if it's over a certain amount of value. But for the most part, she just scans the check and the money gets deposited into our account.
What are these apps? I think these apps now, with the different bank apps, when you do it, I think our limit is daily is $50,000 daily.
Yeah.
That you can deposit in, that type of thing. Like everybody's just getting random $50,000.
You're right. Hey, I don't mind.
But anyway, it's so it's pretty cool, easy to do everything banking now. But I missed it. Dude, it was 20, 25 checks. And they would do a block of 10 at a time, like that type of thing. And I'm thinking Darlene thought that I just wrote those checks and that she's like, oh, it's 20, 30. I mean, I know he runs the business and does everything. And I tell her, I said, did you check with me on that? She goes, no, I just thought you, I was like, no, I didn't write those, and those don't look like our checks and everything. So anyway, our bank was great about it. They jumped all on it, fraud jumped all on it and got it all straight. The problem was you having to go to the bank. That sucked.
Yeah. That's the hard part, is going to the bank, and again, it's not the fact that you're not going to get that money back, but the time that you invest with the bank and having to go down there and taking the time off of work or meeting with whoever on a certain time, it really just affects your scheduling more than anything. It's kind of like when we would lose our driver's license, you'd leave your wallet or someone would steal it, or you'd leave it on top of your car, which I've done before, and then drive off without it. And you go back to your place where you drove off and it's gone. Someone had already taken it. It's not the fact that what was in that wallet was super important. It's a headache of having to go get that crap again. Your social security, your driver's license. Now they say don't have your social on you. My son, it's like, I see his wallet and he's at work and he's drives. I said, what the hell are you doing, man? You need your wallet with you. He says, no, Dad, I got my driver's license on my phone. he took a picture of it or something. I said, okay, well, but try to have your
Does that
wallet
work?
with you so you have your.
I watched hear that if you drive without your driver's license and you get pulled over, and they can look it up, but they still want to see. The cops can punch everything up and see whether or not you're licensed or not.
Right, but that makes sense though to have it on your phone because, like we talked about, what if you lose it? Someone takes it. The whole process of getting it all is the same information.
Right.
I mean, well, maybe if you go digitally, you can change probably the number if you're trying to buy liquor or something. Maybe you alter your birth date.
Yeah, I don't think you can use that to be physical, to do, anything like that.
But it's not like I'm going into the liquor store. Hey, look, hey, can I see your ID? And you give me your phone. I pull out my license, but I've lost my license, man, several times. I've even had to.
You know what I do? You know what I have? I don't know if you've seen this or not. Anybody out there who's got wallets? Hold on. I got rid of the wallet. I don't carry a wallet.
Oh, you got that little clip thing or whatever it is. Oh, look at you, big pimping. Big cheese. Where's your money stack? Where's the money go?
I don't carry cash, but it has a
clip on the side though. I was gonna say there's like a little baller. We call that the baller clip, yo.
See, look at that. Oh, it's my master electrician license.
Hey, you remember that commercial? Expired. Dude,
that's current. Whatever, dude. So anyway,
expired.
It holds quite a few cards.
Look at this. That's a lot of cards, dude. You gotta look. Yeah, a lot of cards, man. That's a full deck for sure.
Even has my concealed carry permit. Yeah.
I seen the Costco in there.
You go rocking up on me. I'm shooting. I'm just saying.
Pow, pow,
I am one of those gun-toting. And my Costco card, dude. That's the most important.
I've seen that.
I am one of those gun-toting Texans. Can I say I'm a Texan now? I've been here 8 years. I guess I can say now.
Right? Yeah, I'm a Coloradoan.
Yeah, well, I don't like Virginia anymore, so I'm not a Virginian. So, but I spent most of my life there, but all of 3/4 of my life there. So, anyway, well, you have to. What is it? What did Adam say? Off to the stripper club with one of those cards.
I'll tell you what, man, you wouldn't be able to go to the stripper club here because it's so dang cold. You'd be freezing inside those joints because they're really small. The heat can't keep up with the cold here, so good luck with that.
Well, girls ain't gonna be dancing naked when it's that cold.
Yeah, they're clocked out. But hey, Adam, if you want to try it, hey, let's go. But there's a couple of them down here that actually shut down. Which isn't a bad thing because of the area they were in. Probably wasn't the
best.
Anyway. Say Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope everyone is safe and well, and we are. And have a wonderful New Year to you all. Yes, sir.
Definitely. Merry Christmas, Adam. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, but like you said, I'm about to get out of here. We're going over to my brother-in-law's house, and here's the funny thing is, we order everything on Amazon, right? Everything online, and as you know, you order.
Hey, watch it. And he may be watching, so don't spoil anything.
Oh no, that's a good point. What we didn't think we were gonna get actually came in today, which was supposed to come in like 2 weeks later. So I guess Amazon isn't delivering until like Tuesday or something. They're off for a little bit. So they're like, you're not getting any packages.
They get breaks too.
I get it, man, but I want my packages, bro. I want to be able to give my packages to somebody. So we got his in, and he's gonna love it. We got him a couple things, and it's just been really good. It's good that the new year's coming to an end, and the big 2023 is coming. But we're gonna go over there, hang out today for a few hours, and just have some good family time. So
not gonna watch any football, are you?
We'll probably watch a little foosball, and I don't know, man. When we get around Aaron and his wife Lillian, we just kind of just whatever's on the TV is on the TV. We may go into like some YouTube and look at some cool videos or whatever. And obviously Eliana's there, so if there's any kind of new Buzz Lightyear video or anything, he might put that on for her, so she's entertained. But
yeah,
we usually just shoot the crap and have a good time.
Cool.
Listen to some tunes or whatever.
Just chill it out. Have a good time.
Yeah, pretty much. Just chill it out.
Yeah. So, well, cool. Let's. You're most welcome, Schwartzy. We just wanted to come on and let's tell them all. Let's tell them all the other reason why we wanted to come on is because y'all all know I've been having so many issues with my cameras. It's just not been working. So I've been trying to keep from having to spend $4,000 on a new computer. Y'all hear me talking about. And so I'm like, it's got to be something else. It's got to be something else. So I keep messing with the camera, and the camera worked today. So I don't know what's going on with it. But anyway, that was the other reason I wanted to get on, and it just turned into a good catch up. We were talking anyway. I think Jay called me on the phone, and we were talking, and I said, man, we might as well just talk to everybody and take it online, and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and hope everything is blessed for everybody and safe. I'm still breathing. I made it through the night. So
yeah.
So
that would happen.
So, but so Jay, have you again? If I don't talk to you, I probably will have a Merry Christmas to you, and Jalissa, everybody, Eliana, and everybody. Your son. Everybody have a great, your mother-in-law. Everybody have a great holiday. All the babies.
Yes,
everybody.
thank you.
And
you guys as well.
Yep, we
Enjoy
will
the Christmas, and
we will try to make it through. I'm going to make it a working Christmas. I've got a bunch of stuff I need to catch up on. So
gotcha.
It is what it is. But everybody knows I don't stop anyway to do that other stuff anyway. So I keep going. So
yeah, we've like you said, we already got our tree down. We gave the presents out last week because the kiddo had a new gaming system mom spent on him. You know, who knows how much it was, but we set it up that night.
What's the gaming system?
So it's a new
don't they have a I got the 5 of the whatever you call that thing is. That was the latest console. PS5. And is there a 6 already out now?
No, so no, it's not really that. It's the PC. He got a new PC.
Oh.
He got a new 27-inch curved screen. He got a new modem that's a see-through that has 4 fans in it, so it can run at a high speed, but also cool down so it doesn't get overloaded. Because that kid will game from 8, 10 at night until about 6 in the morning.
Wow.
And he has his other computer that we gave him. That was our old one that has an internal modem. It's an all-in-one, and he does school on that. So he's schooling on the one, and he's playing on the new one that he got. So his setup is big enough for both. It has some RGB lights. I mean, it took us, you know, when you open up all 3 of them, which was a monitor, the modem, and the stand, we had to take his other one off, get all that stuff out, vacuum, break it open, do all the pieces. It took us about a good 3 hours, but I was already committed. I already knew what I signed up for that night, so we went through it nice and neat, and we had a couple little mishaps. But then after that, like I told you, we ordered a dumpster, and from Nana's 75-inch TV to her new TV stand to his modem to all my crap, Jalissa stuff, the fish tank, we thrown it all in there, and and we're gonna probably clean house next week, which hopefully we can come up maybe with a topic or something and get back on and shoot the crap next week too. I told you I got all next week off. I'm gonna be finishing up my CMECP, and then
we're due for our annual where we used to do our New Year's resolutions that we never keep.
Oh, there we go. That'd be a good one.
You know, New Year's resolutions we never keep. That sounds like a topic for an episode.
New Year's resolution for me: just stay alive, baby.
Just stay alive. That's what it's called. When you get to a certain age, you're like, just my New Year's resolution is to wake up, keep breathing. You know, that type of thing. My flu is slowly ending. So I'm a little best. I haven't coughed but a couple times, so I guess I'm getting to the end. So hey, that's
boy.
So
you know you're getting to the end when you spit up the yellow and green.
All right, stuff of that. Yep.
Yucky stuff. You know that's how I knew I was at the end of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dry cough for weeks.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst. Coughing and especially when it's guttural. I mean, you're coughing from down. Just coughs and everything's so sore. So, all right, brother. Well, everybody out there, thank you for following us on the stream. Hope you found it enjoyable. And we're glad those that joined in and chimed in made it. Everybody out there have a wonderful, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy what else ever people say. And Happy New Year. Make it a prosperous New Year for everybody. Make sure you keep your Venmo charges under 6, and all of your PayPal stuff under 6, so you don't have to report it to the government. Or use cash. There you go.
Yeah.
Cash is back. So, all right, everybody. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll catch you on another episode another time. Till then, okay. Peace out.